If you manage to run across this line without falling into any of the adjacent states, they let you pee in the White House whenever you want. With just one straight line, you can cross the border between France and Belgium 11 times. Arriving in France once is enough. Why does Barcelona have an evil cousin? Badalona. A map of underwater earthquakes in the last 30 days, and no, he really gets around. Bigfoot report locations. I noticed he prefers to walk east. Bosnians. I want to swim. Croatia. No. Things I know about Brazil. Jungle. Jesus statue. The Jesus statue is in Rio, you uneducated swine. And they deactivated their account. Google Maps, literally using a camel. Geography teacher. Why are you laughing? Me. Nothing. Actually me. Guru York. This looks like a map you see in a video game, right before game over. When someone says they're going to see Australia in 1 week, the mountains are calling, I must go. We never call anyone. These wannabes just make stuff up to sound cool. Is the map of Europe on the Euro accurate? I don't remember this giant two-shaped island. No, it used to be there. It actually just got covered by the sea. What games do tornadoes play? Twister. Americans. Why do foreigners care so much about our elections? US military bases. Outline of the world by mapping all lighthouses. USA and Australia fit together almost perfectly. Lovely work. Alger Island, also known as Big Land, is a small island. The first word of each national anthem in Europe. I always love this section of the map. Oh my god, Lithuania. Do you live in the Midwest? Idaho, what's going on, buddy? The world, if it were only islands. US bagel, quality by state. Good. Not good. What did they do to deserve not good? Map of Europe, without the cringe. Map of Ohio. Soon to be Ohio. Upper Ohio. Lower Ohio. Map of all the churches in Poland. Map of all the Gregs in Britain. GPS map of a swimmer crossing the English Channel. Don't like our taxes? Then make your own country. No, wait, stop. The Four Horsemen of Geography. Hong Kong. Where is North Korea? Is it over here somewhere? Americans were asked to spot Iran on the map. If you know the solar system, America is like in the middle. Most famous celebrity from each US state. Most famous celebrity from Texas is Harambe. Please fix this map. The world versus a peaceful world. Hey, I'm dead. Map of places where taxation is theft. I think Kiribati just gave up when it came to name the cities. Banana, London, Paris, Poland. And they replied, fine, you're not invited. I'm starting to think that maybe Europe isn't just that big. Fun fact, you can walk in a straight line from Madrid to Shanghai without hitting a major body of water. That's not a straight line, it's curved. People who need a plumber versus people who can fix their own sink. This is such valuable information. I thought Overwatch was adding an Ohio map for a second. Welcome to Ohio. Male and female life expectancy in France by department. So basically Belgium reduces life expectancy. If everybody in the world would have dropped out of school, we would have a much more intelligent society. Huh? This is odd. The map said I wouldn't encounter a dummy for another 2 miles. Map of all countries where the chief of police accidentally fired a 90mm grenade launcher in his own office. Let me guess. Rome. GeoGuessr. Correct. This is Ultimate Rock. Stop being small-minded. Another McDonald's? Seriously? Isn't the world fat enough as it is? I'm working towards world peace. Did you know 2 countries with McDonald's never go to war? McDonald's brings enemies together. I think I've used this in like a previous geography meme video, but why are femboys all located in Poland? 99% of Americans can't name this country. Is there a name for this island next to England? I don't know. Maybe. Haven't been taught it. Sorry. Melbourne is closer to Antarctica than it is to Darwin. Tell me what country you live in without telling me what country you live in. Me visits other country. Other country has different outlet. Me when your friend tags you in something fresh and spicy. So they're traveling 17 hours to go to nice. Scientists say with increasing certainty, this map represents the US in 30 years if we don't reverse climate change. Okay, Obama was born in Hawaii, but is Hawaii a legal state of the USA? Not sure if troll or just very stupid. Did you know in October 2016, an earthquake that struck central northern Italy was so powerful that it cracked a mountain? Map of every recorded battle in history. My ancestors seeing this map. My friend, why are you screaming? It's just the map of Sanoa Underground. The map. The entirety of Poland can fit into Texas. 50% of Canadians live south of the red line. When everyone makes fun of you for switching sides, but at least you didn't finish the war split in 2 or atom bombed. laughs and spaghetti. 44 years ago today, or maybe not today, but when this meme was made, Mountain St. Helens became active after 123 years. She replied, still active. What about South America? Is that just America or South Canada? It's been a while since I've looked at a map, but I'm pretty sure that's not how South America is connected. 250 million years ago from now, scientists project a new supercontinent to form, Pangaea Utama. Europeans give Americans attitude for not knowing geography. But how many of these states do you recognize? Another map that doesn't include Bajuki Island. Where is Bajuki Island? This is so unsettling. It looks like a whale. I've always wondered how this works. Mind blown. Ryanair flight landing in Catania with an interesting holding pattern. Really enjoyed my work experience with Ryanair this week. Wales looks like a man in a hat pointing at Wexford. Or an evil pig. I see the pig, not the man. My country installed hand sanitizers on elevators so infections wouldn't spread from the buttons, and less than an hour later, someone stole it? Bro. Dear the world, we do exist, so please stop forgetting us on maps. Sincerely, New Zealand. A map of the world, but it's just the time zones. They done geomandered time. Map of African countries I've visited. I've been in. I plan to go to. Person A. Where's the best place to be during an earthquake? Person B. In a car or under a table. Me, an intellectual. Hunger Games districts maps have been released. Which district is everyone in? District 11 would wipe the floor with any other district. Using map directions with Vision Pro is actually amazing. They should make a smaller version of this you can just hold in your hand. A map of every country in the world using a MMDD year date format. Red, countries use that format. White, countries that didn't land on the moon. An accurate map of Korea. Capitalism means light pollution and no rest. Look at how people get a good night's sleep in the non-capitalist zone. Public transport in my country versus public transport in European countries. Every other country. Let's put famous persons and buildings on our money. Japan. Every open world game's northern part of the map. A world map without place names except for Bhutan and Greenland, which are labeled in the wrong places. Thank you. I needed to see this today. Convection currents exist. Tectonic plates. What to do when someone says that geography is just coloring in maps and capital cities. Step 1 of 3. Jam your thumbs into their eye sockets. Who would win? A cohort of skilled geography students. One shady boy. Hey, you know what? In history, you're my queen. In geography, you're my world. In biology, you're my heart. In chemistry, you're my oxygen. In maths, you're my solution. And in physics, you're my gravity. In real life, you're my brother. Guys, there was a drive-through in ancient Rome. Finding out this alone is worth the cost of my masters in history. Rolls up to the window. Yeah, give me a number 5 combo. A map of the UK, according to Americans. So everywhere is London for you guys. Really? My life goal is to turn the whole map green. States where I have not pooped. States where I have pooped. Wait, that makes no sense. You've already committed. You mean you want it to be all red? What? Japanese stereotypes of Europe. My favorite one is probably England. Bad food. Ireland, very green. And Italy, mafia. Europe, if sea levels rose by 100 meters. Yeah, I'm definitely dead. A map of Europe drawn from memory. Oklahoma, good Lahoma, bad Lahoma. Countries with the virus. Greenland is infected, everyone. Earth just lost its best defender. This is America. This is USA. Learn the difference. Pentagon, octagon, om nom 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 gon. Pac-Man, for those who fail geography. USA and Russia, you really want to fight, right? Okay, but do it this way. Not this way, please. The 60-acre Cool Patch Pumpkins corn maze in Dixon, CA, is so big that people routinely call 911 for help getting out, even though they have a map that details every twist and turn. Jamaica becomes the first country to make K-pop illegal. Jamaica was a hero. I just couldn't see it. Today I learned that Hoover Dam is expected to be one of the last remaining visible structures from our species, and it contains a star map that, if no other means were available, could be used to determine the exact date which Hoover Dam was completed. We could have just chiseled in the date on it. It's not some Stone Age creation. Great Britain versus Greater Britain versus Greatest Britain versus Ultimate Britain. How did I fail my geography test? Also me. Trump cuts US aid to 3 Mexican countries. The history of left-handedness people. I don't think that's not. Why has it gone up? A map of Africa made by John Kerry in 1805, showing the mountains of Kong. Completely made up because he didn't want to explore anymore. was official on every map for at least 100 years. Respect my opinion. Their opinion, the solar system, I guess. Sun, Mercury, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Pluto, Okay, I get the point. I want you guys out of my country by tomorrow morning. But this is Japan. Every country in the world belongs to America. Possible bug? Sun logged into his world and found a large group of trees with no top, plus illumination with no source. New players, old players, geography fact. It is predicted that most, if not all, of the Maldives will be underwater by the end of the century. When will the UK learn that they are puny little ants in which need to be crushed? Where's that post where the British person was like, oh yeah, I only get to see my dad 2 to 3 times a year because he lives so far away. And the person asked, oh no, how far away is he? And the British person said, 75 minutes. It literally takes about 20 minutes to get from Wales to Bristol. That's a reasonable question. Do you understand geography? Leave Europe alone, you colonizers. Empire State Building, ex Star Wars. I hope this terrifies a random drunk New Yorker stumbling through Midtown tonight. When you get consistently rated as one of the happiest places on earth because all the sad people keep ending themselves. I hate it when these things fall apart. Especially the top. I hate when a sandwich is, oh man, when sandwiches fall apart, it's my worst day. One of the most insane moments in cinema this millennium. Peter would run. Is it real or is it cake TikToks like the Navy? World map, but it's all New Zealand. I'll never be able to get over this map. There's so much going on. Female hotness index. Beauty is subjective. How is this? How do you even make a statistic like this? Because this is wrong. Map of states ending in Kansas. What about Wyoming? Oh, wait. Hawaiian language distribution in the United States. Places Johnny Cash has visited based on his song, I've Been Everywhere. So he lied. Can't decide on a selfie angle? Bro, just upload your whole face texture map. I can't believe we really used to print out 4 pages of MapQuest directions and travel the streets like pirates following a treasure map. Suns. A friend asked me to turn the sun into sands as a joke, but there it is. Your map looks like Hulk wearing jeans running towards you. I am now just realizing that the map is supposed to be secretly resembling Peter Griffin's head. Holy. No, it doesn't. You're just insane. World map in Nendo sources. Inaccuracies due to fundamental shift. Drinking in America, drinking in Britain, Australia, in Canada, and in Ireland. Super Bowl wins by country. In an alternate universe. National Geographic cameraman cuddling. The cow, waiting for them to do the deed. This is why it's important to study geography, my child. I can't believe Leonardo DiCaprio yelled, I'm on top of the world from the Titanic, a ship that was at sea level, the scientifically lowest altitude in the world. He was nowhere near the top. He was literally at the bottom. What an idiot.
The lowest altitude is actually below the sea in the negatives scientifically. This is why it's important to study geography.
My husband purchased a world map and then gave me a dart and said, throw this, and wherever it lands, that's where I'm taking you when this pandemic ends. Turns out we're spending 2 weeks behind the fridge. Random country finds oil. America, we can take it from here. Student leaves class and travels to a different country. Geography teacher, I'll allow it. I was home for Christmas and my parents cooked a beef tenderloin. I said, man, Budapest is going to love this. They asked who Budapest was. I said, I named my stomach Budapest because it's the capital of Hungary. And that's when they stopped calling me son. Studying geography. This is fine. More death. Climate change. Death. Constant human rights violations. When I was on vacation in Denmark, I heard this song. And I was instantly in love with the Danish language. Greetings from Holland. You say greetings from Holland, but your name is Dutch girl. Fail. You idiot. People from Holland are Dutch, and their language is also Dutch. Wow. My heart belongs to 3 countries and 3 continents. I know that feeling. It's like that for me with 2 countries and continents. Same here. 2 countries and 4 continents. Raphael, how is it 2 countries and 4 continents? South Africa, now shaped like South America. The world ain't gonna end, cause if it did, the country Hawaii would have sunk by now. You stupid. Hawaii is a state. No, it's a country. It's near Africa. I know my economics, okay? Did you even go to school? Cross-country skiers looking like musical notes. A map of the United States. If it was an Oregon donor. There's a tornado warning out. 2, technically. So of course I went for a walk outside to see if I could spot it. Never have I seen so many of my neighbors at one time. When there wasn't a fire show or a picnic, I am often seized by the fatal American need to have a pretty good time. National animals of European countries. I like how every other country is kinda cool, but UK is just a British bulldog, bro. Looking at an upside down map of the USA has blown my mind. Makes you see things you wouldn't have noticed before. Ah, there's a mosquito in my room. What is that? It's quick. It just, ah! That's really quick. I thought it nearly just tried to get on me. Tried killing it. But I didn't know that we had 52 states. I thought it was only 50. And I just found out that we're about to have 53 because Obama's going to make Puerto Rico a state. Damn. They're gonna have to legalize the devil's lettuce this year. Wow. Lol. But there are only 50. No, because Alaska and Hawaii are considered states now. So that's 52. How do you politely tell your visitor that it's time to go home? If you're from the Midwest, you just say, "Welp," really forcefully and slap your knees with your hand. Then stand up. Other Midwesterners will recognize this signal and say, "Suppose we should head out." Now introducing the Texas Chartisserie Board. People really be telling me that I am a privileged white American. And flip the script and call me an illegal border crossing for moving to the US from Sweden. I swear that some people would be better off not having the ability to think. Sweden is just a part of Germany, you idiot. Go back to geography class. Okay, they just got racist. Here it is on the map. You absolute cabbage. When you are very weak in math. Charles King, the former king of Liberia, holds the Guinness World Record for the most fraudulent election ever. He won the 1927 election with 234,000 votes in a country with 15,000 voters. There is a scratch and sniff map of the United States. What does your state smell like? I'm from New Jersey, and I don't want this New Jersey stink. Well, okay, you guys probably know. Well, from the I'm asking the Americans, the people who really know geography here, I guess. What state smells the worst? Would you say? But we have to all collectively agree on it on the comments. So I assume the comment with the most likes has to be right. Don't say London. Australia explained for Americans. I didn't create this masterpiece. It is accurate. Texas, but Fremantle is Austin. And Broomy is that town from Friday Nights. What are they even saying? Florida. Crocs/Gators. This should be obvious. Ohio, these places. New Mexico, New York, California. Okay, I'm not American. Hey, if you guys feel like your map of your world is terrible, just remember, Togahashi literally took our continents from our world and rearranged them for his map for Hunter x Hunter. Garbage can versus trash can. In the I don't even know why I turned my neck because I heard my neck just click there. I don't know if you read that as I was reading. Well, if you heard that, what am I even saying? But yeah, my neck cracked. I thought I fucked up my neck because the other day I was at the gym and I was working out and all of a sudden I had a really stiff neck. Now randomly in the day I get really stiff neck. So I was checking, but I don't. So it's fine. I'm literally schizophrenic. British English or American English, which is taught in schools. Now I can finally say with 100% certainty, when I sometimes say a word like bath,
It's not bath.
it's bath. Americans! Or like water.
Water. It's not water.
Oh wait, someone's knocking on my door. Oh no, it's an American! This professor could not find a projector and drew the map of the world himself. He is too powerful. Oh, thank God. It was just a bad dream. Meme land. Finally, I found my home. Whoa, would you look at that? Someone better than me. No results. Bro, I will Connecticut you. Woman discovers PP-shaped island on Google Earth. The actual world. The world in history classes. Pyramids of Giza are not in some isolated faraway desert area, but right beside Cairo City. 30 people drew a map of the world from memory. The results were merged. Sea level rise, 60 meters. I finally figured out how we can get rid of Florida. Who the hell named the Sahara Desert anyway? Sahara is just the Arabic word for deserts. You named it the Desert. Way to go, chai tea. I'll take European imperialists who never bothered to translate the local language for $200, Alex. Not many people realize how just big Africa is. China, North America, Russia, Earth, Milky Way galaxy. What if it was all just a... Come on, man. Then I wouldn't be alive. My parents split after they made me. I am a volcano. They are tectonic plates. Follow for more geological humor. I really hope the two people who just followed me aren't looking for geological humor, or you are going to be earth-shatteringly disappointed. This post is one of my best by a landslide. I've come to the conclusion that Americans don't actually know anything about Eastern Europe. They just kind of think of a big blob in between Italy, Russia, Turkey, and Scandinavia, filled with cold weather, mail order bribes, and really pale people. If I ever travel across Britain, this will be my route. People don't realize how big America really is. Wow, tag someone who didn't know this. This is amazing. A crate containing 28,000 rubber ducks was lost at sea in 1992. Subsequently learning a bunch of stuff about the tides and currents of Earth's oceans. This is what their path looks like. All the nations that have to be combined to be equal to Brazil's annual homicides. Where is the Frank Ocean? Farmer spends over 40 years growing a guitar forest to honor his late wife. A world map without countries with over 100 million people. Someone changed Drake's house on Google Maps, owned by Kendrick. What normal people see versus what colorblind people see. Map of Tesla charging stations. 1437 47 AD. Be prepared to meet Jesus outside. Did Uber Eats just threaten me? USA and Australia fit together almost perfectly. The eruption of Krakatoa in 1883 was the loudest sound in recording history. It was heard 3,000 miles away, traveling to a different country in a movie starter pack. USA, Mexico, India, Canada, Scandinavia/Eastern Europe, South America. Average cloud cover over the whole world in 2018. I've always scoffed at those, oh my gosh, Europe is tiny posts. But we just took the wrong exit driving back to our cabin, and now we literally ended up in Norway and decided to just stay for dinner. So yeah, this just happened again. What the hell? There isn't even a sign saying, welcome to Norway. You're just there all of a sudden. I could miss an exit and still be in my state for another 8 hours. Past the remote English channel, come on. It's not that bad. On a world map, Greenland and Africa may seem identical, but in reality, Africa is 14 times bigger than Greenland. We're eating at chicken. Chicken at chicken. Near the crossroads of woofing and fricking Austria. Bosnians. I wanna swim. Croatia. No. Femboy density map. Why does Poland have so many femboys? Joe is Biden? Damn, I meant Joe is president. Breaking news. Joe is Biden. The freaking bean melted. Authorities urge residents not to taste it. Of the 50 drunkest counties in the US, only 9 of them are outside Wisconsin. Landlocked states, provinces, and territories of North America. In Nebraska, it's illegal to talk about the ocean. Society of humans were pack hunters. Long Florida. Turbo Ohio. This post is indecipherable. Thank you. You are coming to Brazil. This is attractive. This is not. Real Earth has curves. Trump cuts US aid to 3 Mexican countries. Fox News is truly beyond parody at this point. Map of the US, but with panhandles. In grade 7, my geography teacher told me that Evian, backwards, is Nave, and that it's really just tap water. And that was when I decided there is no good in the world, and the government lies. 5% of the world's population lives in the blue shaded area. 5% also lives in the red shaded area. 1 year anniversary of the world's wrongest infographic. The country's best and worst prepared for an epidemic. This is where it all went down. Tomato Town. Who would win? A subcontinent with 1 billion people and multiple independent states. A few islands that just want leaf juice. Australia's dingo fence, the world's longest fence. My parents telling me stories how they got to school every day. A flight from Tokyo to LA will depart in 2020, but arrive in 2019. America, hell yeah, we're gonna kill those hurricanes with bullets, America. PSA, Florida residents reminded not to open fire on Hurricane Dorian, and they have a little diagram. Bullets come back, don't shoot. In England, they drive on the left. In Portugal, we drive on what's left. Me, licking some rocks to determine it. Society, mineralogy professor. Europe, I am 1.80 meters tall. Nice, you're tall. America, dude, I have 6 feet. Cool. A man named Goran Kropp from Sweden rode his bicycle to Nepal, climbed Mount Everest alone without Sherpas or bottled oxygen, then cycled back to Sweden again. Americans, name every Canadian province. Hockey, Quebec. Totoro, Alaska. Syrup. Rio returned UK athletes rummaged through 900 identical bags to spot luggage. Mine's the red one. 1422 Paris map on top of today Paris. This is what it would look like if the southern cones of South America and Africa were swapped. South Afro-America. Africa. Woke up at 3 AM delirious and extremely thirsty, but my water glass was empty, so I was like, I know exactly how to fix this. So I googled big water, and in my half asleep state, I was certain that would allow me to manifest a large glass of water in reality. Didn't work, but now I know there's a tower in Utah called Big Water. I can't believe he didn't cry during the Titanic. Do men even have feelings? The Aral Sea was an endorheic lake. 1986, left, and 2014. Right, no, it's gone. The lake's gone. What the Great Pyramid of Giza would have looked like when first built. The volcanic system beneath Yellowstone holds enough lava to fill 11 Grand Canyons, animals that live in volcanoes. How do you get to that point, bro? It's incredibly impressive. Practice. Handing off the planet to the next generation like. Despite all of our accomplishments, we owe our existence to a 6-inch layer of topsoil and the fact it rains. Farm Equipment Association going hard with the tourisms. My boyfriend made a promise to be that we would visit Paris and lock a padlock to this very bridge, throwing away the key. A symbolic gesture of our love and commitment. He is my soul, my life, my reason for fighting. That is Australia. Don't forget to update your Euro notes tonight. Americans when they drive for 4 hours versus European when they drive for 4 hours. Miley Cyprus. People in America. All cops are bad. No, there are good cops. Europeans. How the hell have they lasted this long as a country? Honestly. Where is it illegal to pee in the ocean? Not here, bro. Here. It's that Portugal? Explorer 1. What should we call this newfound land? Explorer 2. I have an idea. Describe world history in a few words. Knock knock. It's Europe. One of the funniest failures of US school system is the fact they are legally obliged to teach all the states, but they never actually show how big Alaska is. Like, I have actually had teachers tell me that Texas is the biggest state. We have all just convinced ourselves that Alaska is a small shrunken down thing on most US maps, and the people that know it's the largest state can almost never accurately describe how large it is. For context, here is a picture. What? This is the small country of Niue. Niue is the world's first Wi-Fi country. Niue also has $1 coins with Pikachu. What if you wanted to go to heaven, but God said, come to Brazil? Each 8th of July at this time, 99% of the world's population is experiencing daylight. This day should have a name, and it should be called a holiday. Poor Australia. Only 300 million BC kids will remember. I made that face when I read it. The volcano known as is the closest to what Icelandic city? Giant crack frees a massive iceberg in Antarctica, 20 times the size of Manhattan. It's that squirrel. I am from Bulgaria. Ubito Uchiha said, why? The earth is neither round nor flat. This is the true shape of the world. There are only two kinds of things in this world. Hell, bacon. North Dakota. So flat you can watch your dog run away for 2 weeks. When you realize Captain America's suit doesn't have 50 stars, so he's actually Captain Puerto Rico instead. Union Jack, but includes Wales. All men's Olympic gold medal winners. Since 2000, in water polo were born in this area. Russia tried to dig a hole through the Earth's crust in 1970. They reached 40,000 feet deep before they stopped. It is still the deepest hole humans have ever dug. Imagine you're getting jumped by flat earthers and one of them say, screw it, take him to the edge. Fun fact, this is a real threat used in the flat earther community. You can find out more information by, whoa, don't do that. No, Russia is Europe. No, Russia is in Asia. Have you considered there is literally nothing justifying Europe and Asia being two different continents in the first place? Have you seen that big mountain range recently? You're right, I forgot we arranged our continents by mountain ranges. I had to look at my world map again. Did you just make this to be petty? Everything I have ever done has had being petty as the goal. The real regions of Europe, crystal clear tap water. Everyone eats dinner at 10 PM. Slav squat. Brexit. How Europe is classified by the United Nations. Is this basically correct for Americans? The Deep South. The South. Sort of the South, not the South. Colorado is actually a hexahentagava, meaning it has 697 sides. People in the Dark Ages were uneducated, dirty peasants. The Dark Ages. Melting ice in Antarctica reveals new... No, that's a bad idea. That's a bad sign. I don't think American filmmakers realize how huge London is. Because sure, you have the London Eye and Houses of Parliament, but when you say London has fallen, what? So the Nando's in Catford is in flames? The Tesco in Peckham has descended into chaos. What? We have states bigger than your entire country. I don't understand the USA. All of your roads are straight and your cities look like they were planned using Excel. Everyone knows the only way to build a city is to wait until a bunch of tiny villages merge together over centuries and create a sprawling cluster hell of winding roads that make no sense and have no street signs and are impossible to navigate unless you've lived there all your life. Qatar is so hot, officials have installed air conditioning in outdoor oh my god! Stay back, beast. Wow, that was 4 in a row. That has to mean something, right? Today I learned the first known case of dying from laughing involved the Greek man called Chrysippus, who, after giving figs to his donkey, cried out, "Now give the donkey a drink of pure wine to wash down the figs," had a fit of laughter afterwards, and died. Pretty funny, I guess. Had to be there. You guys all think that Canada is so innocent, but in grade 1, I had a geography teacher with 3 fingers, and he gave me a C because I pronounced Kenya differently than him, and when my mum reported it to the office, we found out he wasn't even supposed to be teaching at my school. He was literally some stranger who walked in. I'm having feelings about the Uffington White Horse again. So essentially, there's this cool horse drawn into the hills in England, made out of chalk, and it's like 3,000 years old. When your estimated time of arrival on Google Maps changes from 11:27 to 11:26, Lonesome Lake. Google Maps have you like this? This must be an Apple Maps burner account tweeting this. Greenland on maps versus Greenland's real size. America. Nice islands. Kingdom of Hawaii. Thanks. You're invited to statehood. They did it. Oh my god. They did it. I love the boreal forest. I love endless miles of trees and nothingness. How fast a rocket would have to go to leave every planet? Escape velocities for every planet in the solar system. Jupiter. Yeet. Ancient theater of Asclepieion. My friend and I were slam dunk drunk and made up new names for states. I present to you the United Staples of Americlap. Norb, Colina represent. Tag where you're from. I'm from upstate Nunyan. Carafenya for life. Woo, I'm from Virgin. I love being from the Florida Islands. Please note how most of the South knows what they are doing this week. Most Googled Thanksgiving recipes. Mashed potatoes, jello, green bean casserole, mac and cheese. Rocks that look like popcorn are found on beaches in the Canary Islands, in the Atlantic. Daniel, the cooler Daniel. Diomede, big Diomede. A Dutch artist has created sculptures that walk using energy from the wind. Same place 2 days later. Respect, Japan. 2 days, that's all it took. Flight attendant. Is there a doctor on this flight? Dad, nudging me. That should have been you. Not now, Dad. Not asking for a geologist, are they? Dad, there's a medical emergency happening right now. Go and ask if licking rocks help. List of Swedish people. PewDiePie and Greta. Mensa Musa. Yo, pass the gold. Europe. You better not bring 256,000 pounds of gold on a pilgrimage to Mecca and make gold completely worthless for 10 years. Mensa Musa. Inflation. Who Europeans joke about the most? I think UK joke about Americans, and I think Americans joke about British people. Missouri has 2 major cities, and both of them look like they're desperately trying to get out of state. Watch drone crash into erupting Icelandic volcano. Not sure to take pens or crayons to geography lecture. You had one job, t-shirt. Asia. I just came upon some very good information. 6969 Cool Street is a real place, and it's located in Weedsport. At this location, the Love Shack. If you see a faded sign at the side of the road, I heard that by law, you need to turn on your headlights when it's raining in Sweden. How the hell am I supposed to know when it's raining in Sweden? Woman marries train station she's loved for 36 years and has mental what the f***? Not me students. You mean to tell us that you geology majors get a degree for going on road trips, wandering around the forest, licking rocks, collecting little stones and drinking beer around campfires? Geology major? Yes. Top 5 things you should never do in Japan. Okay. What? How is this? Why? I'm literally speechless. Mum, why don't you go socialize with your neighbors? Your neighbors? How the European borders are decided. People speak my language, give me that land. They speak my language, give me that land. Well, I just want to be bigger, so both of you give me that land. How the US-Canadian border was decided. 49th parallel? 49th parallel. How much of the Earth's surface is covered in concrete? So, not a lot. How can anyone's head be this color? I'm not sure how comfortable I would be sitting across from that active volcano. Scientists believe that the function of zebra's stripes are to deter insects. So, a team of researchers painted black and white stripes on cows. They found that it reduced the numbers of biting flies landing on the cows by more than 50%. Petrified Forest National Park, Arizona. Calling it a forest gave us the wrong impression. The petrified trees are all laying on the ground, left there about 225 million years ago. Wow, looks like salami. There is a tribe in India that has learned to make living bridges out of ficus tree roots. The bridge takes 15 to 30 years to complete. Mature bridges stretch 15 to 250 feet over deep rivers and gorges, and can bear impressive toads, and can bear impressive loads, upwards of 35 people at a time. A girl in my geography class had to bring her newborn to class today. The baby started crying in the middle of our quiz. When she took him out to hold him, my professor insisted he wouldn't mind feeding the baby and rocking his car seat until she was done. Just had my first ever plum. This is so good. Oh, never mind, I think I ate part of the core. Is this like an apple? Do we not eat the middle? Oh, there's a pit. Bro, what? Very exciting night for me. Upper Paleolithic hunter-gatherers, around 50,000 years ago. I'm watching a British YouTuber's birthday stream, and an Aussie viewer sent in a comment saying, why was he born so beautiful? Why was he born at all? Because he had no say in it at all, which was received with confused existential horror. And this is how I just discovered that Australian happy birthday songs are not universal. Oops. I don't know why, but I think Americans don't realize how big the UK is. American customer. You're English, right? Do you know the bookshop between Wales and Bristol that has a lot of books in? Me and my head. Yeah, mate, I know that one. Classic. Love to pop down there on a cheeky break between work. What a dick. The continuous 48 states are almost 39 times the size of Great Britain. That's your answer. Is it not illegal to hold a veteran in custody? He's a US vet, not a Canadian vet. US vet, Canada vet, it's both USA. Bro, the hell, it's a different country. What? This image on the left is a galaxy taken by a previous NASA telescope. The image on the right is the same galaxy, but from NASA's new James Webb telescope. Science rocks. Most people live in the red, then the That is insane. They don't even have a color to describe how cold it's going to to be. Midwest Arctic blast. If you can't handle me at my worst, then you don't deserve me at my best. I was talking to my boyfriend and I was trying to describe a type of marine animal, and I couldn't think of its name, so I said sea pancake. Manta ray. Manta ray is the word I was looking for. Hey look, I found where you were born. Mistake Island. A mermaid is stalking my blog. It's a mermaid, and no one can convince me otherwise. It's a mermaid who works for the armed forces. Yo. Map of countries where it is illegal to eat the carpet of an airport. Why is it so funny? I didn't even include a close-up. I just put the whole map. My family's heritage. My family is from the Philippines. How many people would die if a meteor the size of USA hit USA? That's at least 4. Evening run. This activity is Christopher's longest run on Strava. Omnipresence. You know what this place needs? Giant triangles. That's what. I was on a car trip in California when I drove into Windows XP. Drive from Europe to the US. Russia proposes world's greatest superhighway. Get in the car. The continents can be rearranged to form a fire-breathing T-Rex. Fascinating cultural differences. Will the detective investigating your murder be sad? Sad and cold. Sad and wet. Sad and drunk. Attractive. One of my favorite geology facts is this. These diagrams are a lie. The mantle isn't yellow, nor is it orange or red or brown or grey or black. The Earth's mantle is made up largely of peridotite. The Earth's mantle is lime green. Mint chocolate chip. My proposal for a bridge connecting Alaska to Brazil. It's that time of the year again. Here we go. What's happening? Who would win? A whole Roman city. Some weird mountains. Too soon. It's been 1,937 years. I like the rat map even better. What is Alberta doing? We are constantly vigilant. Prime ministers have a low chance of being eaten, but it's never zero. Haven't eaten their prime minister. Have eaten their prime minister. I've never had a prime minister. No data. Average person eats 3 spiders a year. Factoid is actually just a statistical error. Average person eats 0. Spider's George, who lives in a cave and eats over 10,000 each day, is an outlier and should have not been counted. Antarctic-centric worldview. Map of the world when the emperor penguins finally live up to their name. What pedestrians look like across Europe. It looks like everyone is walking away from Poland. A shark fitted with a GPS tracker drew a shark in the Atlantic. Feels right that if a shark could communicate with us, the main thought it would have to communicate is, I am shark. Mount Everest was the biggest tragedy of all. What kind of sick guy just drops a mountain on someone? Yes, thank you, Google. How did you know that the very first option I wanted was a Starbucks? That's 2,500 miles away. Good job, Google. Don't worry though, there's a traffic light. I was going to make a list of people that annoy me, but it was too long, so I just decided to post a picture instead. OMG, I'm in the same photo as this person. Ah, my hair looks terrible. Can we do it again? I blink. God damn it. Big looking head. Countries that have not declared war on birds. Countries that have declared war on birds. And last, heat map of Taco John's locations in the United States. Why is this so ominous? My proposal for a partition of France. This will benefit nobody at all and is completely useless. France 1, France 2. Romania, one of the poorest countries of the EU, builds a cathedral instead of a hospital. When Dracula is a constant threat, I would prioritize the cathedral rather than a hospital as well. I just died in a tornado. There was a tornado and it was like, swoop, now I have dead. So this is my town right now and those are the mountains. Just to clarify, I don't live in hell, even though it's 106 degrees and fire is everywhere. I made a map of what the United States would look like if Florida was really long. Ancient Greek geographer, Strabo's map of the known world. Bad work, Strabo. Stop the car. Pretty boy reservoir. You get there, and all the pretty boys look up from drinking from the reservoir and gallop away like gazelle. A world map without place names, except for Bhutan and Greenland, which are labeled in the wrong places. US state borders, but they are based off rivers and mountains. Get Europe. If you're not this dedicated to an April Fool's joke, don't post it. Your fake pregnancies are boring. On April Fool's Day, a man hauled 70 tires into the crater of a dormant volcano in Alaska and set them on fire, terrifying nearby residents into thinking the volcano was erupting again. Enter the lair of an enormous, ancient, predatory worm. Well, don't mind if I do. Welcome to Australia, where a high fire danger is the least of your troubles. The world before Columbus invented America. North America is a big fat dragon. Croatia is a small thin dragon. And Slovenia is a chicken. Census data is fascinating. United States, average jeans color per state. So has anybody else noticed that Hyrum looks exactly like Europe? It makes sense considering they're both cold and are constantly trying to retrieve lost pieces of themselves. Map of the world, but all countries are social distancing. A friend took this picture in Arizona. The meteorologists don't have a name for it. Seems to be high energy to be in a rainbow and a tornado. Ooh, torn rainbow. Map of a survey asking the world who they see as the biggest threat to world peace. Just gonna put this out there. I am always thinking of the map of mysterious disappearances versus the map of major American cave systems. France, United Kingdom relations. England, screw you. France, screw you. Local news channel in Sri Lanka shows a map of USA. Real. New state proposal. Megachusetts. Finally, arrival to Czechoslovakia. They really missed by not naming it Massachusetts. Big burger. Mini burger. Big soda. Mini soda. Laugh at this meme. That's a map of ancient Greece. This is honestly what every single post on Tumblr looks like to me now. Florida man pilot draws pee-pee with private plane flight path. Girls be like, I know a spot, then take you to the zone of death in Yellowstone National Park and murder you with zero legal consequences. Scientists have called this the perfect road trip. Just start in your state and follow the map. So who's in? They really said screw Kansas. Where is Frank Ocean? Incredible photo of the United Kingdom taken from the International Space Station. France is actually bare close in it. I could probably jump that. United States of America. This is the most useless map I've ever seen and I love it. I want to print it out and put it on my wall. Global automobile sales, 1570-180. Got a whole Waffle House waitstaff brewing in the Atlantic. New state proposal. Florida plus? No. You can fit the entirety of Poland into Texas and still be able to drive around it. The Texas Amobia absorbs yet another unsuspecting Eastern European country. This is exactly what happened to Yugoslavia. Why are people so obsessed about Texas 4? What? Texas 4. The most popular language studied on Duolingo in each country. The most popular language to study in Sweden is Swedish. Turbo, Ohio. Long, Florida. Society, if humans were pack hunters. This post is indecipherable. Thank you. Canada. Can I have lizards? No. Is there a name for this island next to England? Not sure. Measurement system in each country. Metric, meters, grams. Imperial, inches, ounces. Liars who say they use metric but actually use imperial. The buried bodies of the iconic Easter Island Moai statues, built by people in the 1200s to 1500s. Regional names for Nestle water in the US. Know your enemies. What? Just learned about a building in London that is so poorly designed. It becomes a death ray that melts cars and creates a downdraft effect with wind so powerful that it knocks full-grown adults to the ground. Did you know? All the maps you've ever seen are totally wrong. The sizes of the countries are totally skewed. Hey, people who know astrology, I've been having a lot of feelings lately. Any planets I can blame that on? Earth. This is the small country of Nui. Nui is the world's first Wi-Fi country. Nui also has a $1 coin with a Pikachu. Tumblr, pack your bags. Look at how far away you would be from everyone you don't like. The strength of our ships can sail us there. They also have a red banana, which is pretty cool. Even though I don't like bananas, God created the universe somewhere around this area. In Chinese maps, Asia is in the center. Which nation is centralized depends on the map's origins. In Canada, our maps are cut through the Pacific, so we don't offend anyone. Sometimes I feel like Canadian stereotypes go too far, and then this happens. Australian maps are upside down, so Australia is above everyone else. You think this is a joke? Are you serious? When pirate Jean Lafitte became aware that the governor was awarding a 500 reward for his capture, Lafitte offered 5,000 for the capture of the governor. Mediterranean Sea. This is orthograph, the most accurate map. It shows the correct relative size of the continents and the distance between them. List of countries by tea consumption per capita. British people aren't even that good at drinking tea. I want everyone to stop associating tea with Britain right now. How does Ireland consume more than the whole of Britain? Because in Ireland, if you don't drink at least 15 cups a day, your tea game is weak and you get disowned. The sad truth. Does Canada even have a president, or is it just whichever moose has the strongest? Oh my. BBC calling Chile a thin strip of land in South America. Petition to fold Chile in half so it gobbles up the UK in one bite like Pac-Man. Island. Wasland. What if it was all just a nightmare? Is this supposed to be Turkey? Why is that a nightmare? Brazil has nearly 60,000 murders. Here's a map to put that number in perspective. But America, evil America, Brazil number one. The watery side of the earth isn't real. It can't hurt you. The watery side. If the human population held hands around the equator, a significant significant portion of them would drown. Thomas J. imagined a big river in the middle of Australia. 1830. Thomas, drawing a massive big river in the middle of his map. Sick. I hope that's real. Russia is so big, the geese went for a walk in 1991 and only got back in 2014. The geese built Dubai and returned. Germany. Few. My world history teacher is probably one of the best. This is Sparta, a lake in Ireland, and it looks remarkably like a tornado warning. Take shelter immediately. Americans. Storm over the ocean in West Africa, as seen from the International Space Station. Looks like a UFO. Dear the world, we do exist, so please stop forgetting us on the map. Sincerely, New Zealand. Babe, will you please turn on Google Maps already? No. Ancient instinct will guide me. Be careful when exploring unmapped Avo Grotto. If you got lost, that'd be the pits. Is this what millennials' houses look like? A homeowner turned on his sprinklers before leaving to escape a wildfire. He came home to this. Happens to the best of us. A hominin walks on a muddy shore. It dies near water. Summer plans. Just to show you we mean business. Here's your precious flag upside down. Finland. Foutland. Anyway, here's a picture of a Russian diamond mining town with a hole so big it displaces the air and it sucks in helicopters when flown above it. Imagine getting beat by the diamond Russian squat boys and they say, drag himself to the hole. What normal people see. What colorblind people see. Colorado versus Ardo. Suggestion. Add Fortnite to Earth so my mum will stop telling me I'm wasting my life in a virtual world. Yet another. Maps without New Zealand. Currently in a place called Yas, but on maps, it just seems like everyone is super excited. This is surprisingly accurate. Tomato Europe. Potato Europe. Air quality is so toxic. My few straight friends are about to start dating it. 1970. One more lane will fix it. 2020s. This might be the wrong approach. Planning a vacation in the USA be like. I still don't know how to play mines. An Arizona bar made a US map out of confiscated fake IDs. America. South Australia is not the southernmost state. Seriously? Northern Territory is not the most northern territory of Australia. Uber CEO. How do we turn a profit? Intern. Imagine Uber, but no car. Keep your eyes open for a 1994 white Kevin. He should arrive in 3 minutes. Iceland. Where's the ice? In Greenland. I still believe Iceland and Greenland sat down in a meeting one day and started it with, you know what to annoy people. That's actually not too far off what actually happened. Mnemonic device to remember the Great Lakes. Lisa likes licking lettuce lightly. Coffee drinkers world map. Every new thing you see deals an additional D10 psychic damage. Love the designers slapping India in the ocean like it's the late Cretaceous. Finnair Flight 666 at 13 o'clock on Friday the 13th with a 13-year-old aircraft has landed safely in hell. People actually boarded this flight. I am in love with the trend of bored architects photoshopping increasingly ridiculous ideas for the Notre Dame roof. The community pool one though is art. Name one state you have no desire to visit. Whatever all this is called. What geologists see after shoveling snow. Indonesia. Indonesia. My favorite thing about history is how everyone tries to invade Russia, but are somehow caught off guard by the Russian winter. In Soviet Russia, country fight for you. My brother and I have an interesting theory that if Canadians tried to invade Russia, they would actually survive, but once they reached the capital, they would just make friends and play some hockey. I agree with this assessment. We put 700 red dots on a map for no reason. What was the reason? The beginning of each European anthem. Every other country. How about a normal national anthem? Usual stuff, horns, chorus of people singing. Romania. Wake up. I said, this exhibit rocks. And then all of my friends collectively groaned and abandoned me in the geology section of a museum. I like your smug little face. Geologists discover a gate with Cookie Monster hidden inside when split open. Who would win? The French army. Season. So the lawnmower guy lives in my town and he was in the parade today. When you're in geography class but don't know what's happening. The dude map, how Americans refer to their bros. What this map goes to show is that people from the Seattle don't have friends. How Canada views the world. Polar bears. Canada. Friends. Summit in Australia. Burn, die, burn. Burn. Drown in urine, sweat, sheep, bah. No one cares. Banned. We're going on a world tour. The world. Watching people attempt to view the eclipse ended up being more entertaining than the eclipse itself. Recursive islands and lakes. Sounds confusing. Lakes and islands and lakes. Oh, I know this one. True atheism has never been tried. Do you think it has been tried or something? Countries that currently practice state atheism. Countries that formerly practice. The Department of Fisheries in India is shaped like a fish. Finally, some good architecture. Should I do architecture memes? What do you guys think of that idea? The water cycle. It's raining men. The boys are back in town. Okay. Maryland from a practical standpoint is arguably the worst state shaped. I'm so sorry. sorry. I don't know how to say that. Chartisserie, right? Chartisserie board. My coworker told me he got banned from a bar when he lived in North Dakota back in 1973 and didn't try going back to it for 30 years. But he finally did, and the moment he stepped in, someone yelled, "Get the hell out of here, Dennis." And that's probably my favorite story ever. Nobody lives here. Yellow areas represent 1 times 1k in blocks, where the reported population equals 0. Scotland is nice and empty, just the way we like it. Alright, no need to brag. I own a lake. Map of Earth, if there was no land. USA deciding what should become a state. Washington DC or Puerto Rico. Some islands in the middle of the Pacific. Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. US citizen. They're the same picture. Hey, 6 continents. There are 7 continents. There are 6 continents. Vikings naming land be like Greenland, Iceland, pranked. A flag map of Europe, but each flag is determined on which country they share the longest border with. Water is 71% water and 26% land, but Earth is actually 100% land and 71% water because there is land inside water. Believe it or not, there is a shark on the freeway in Houston, Texas. It must be lit for the shark though. It's like he got new maps in the DLC. The map of EU made out of UKs. Last night's party included copious amounts of wine and a world map drawing competition. Here are some of the results. Nice work. I've seen better attempts by children. What do you mean you're going to kill me? Bro, I'm going to kill you. We have to stop climate change. We're killing the Earth. The Earth? If Earth isn't flat, why are computer mice like this, not like this? Columbus expedition. Earth is round, Earth is round. Damn stupid. Hey Columbus, any more dumb theories? Oh, screw you guys. Echo. Yeah, real original. Deep. Abysmal. Groundbreaking. This site is literally the worst. When you're in the 1400s Florence and your buddy starts coughing, I will never not find this funny. If you don't know someone's address in Iceland, you can draw a map on the front of the letter, and the postal worker will get it to your destination. New Zealand publishes short list of designs for our new flag. Sadly, none of these made the cut. Even the BBC is making fun of us. Rest in peace, Laser Kiwi. Sad to see that my proposal to split California into Northern California, Southern California, and Second Italy didn't make it onto the ballot this year. German photographer captured a photo of lightning striking a plane inside a rainbow. Psychopaths in Central Europe. Losing my mind at this topographic map of California. Time traveler drinks seawater. The timeline. New Zealand driver license. In New Zealand, there is a man legally known as The Wizard, who is an educator, comedian, magician, and politician. Some of his political ideas include abolishing old-fashioned gender roles, traveling to find the center of the universe, replacing God and the church with wizardry, and the World Wide Web. These are some of the most interesting maps. In this map, the population in the red area is equal to the population in the blue areas. That is insane. Map of Europe, but with the wrong font size. Every state's least favorite state. What the hell? Alaska has beef with Texas? Texas pumps up the Texas is a big state thing. Well, Alaska is 4 times larger than Texas. Also, because of the oil industry, probably every single person in Alaska knows a complete douche who moved up from Texas to get richer. That sounds like a them problem. Where Europeans lay claim to neighboring countries, percentage who agree that there are parts of neighboring countries that really belong to us. Very good move that nobody bothered to poll the Balkans. The pollsters didn't want to listen to a 3-hour lecture by every single person polled there. They didn't have any scales that went up to 200%. Modern historians. My sources say that 1,457 soldiers died on this battle. No, that's propaganda. Only 1,232 soldiers. Ancient historians. A random Greek guy wrote that we killed like 100,000 guys on this battle 400 years ago. Only 100k? Make it a million. Has to be one of the coolest pictures I've ever seen in a long time. Our beautiful world through the lens of the Hubble telescope. I was today years old when I realized the flags of 3 countries in the UK managed to form the flag of the UK. I'm convinced some of you didn't go to school. The trout population is very sensitive to changes in the environment, including, but not limited to, an asteroid impact with the energy of several million nuclear warheads. Has anyone else noticed how Wales looks like an angry man in a hat, pointing accusingly at Waterford? No, I still don't see it. Actually, I see it. I don't see the hat though. Geologists. What my friends think I do. My mum. Society. Other scientists. What I think I do. What I actually do. My plan is to create a perfectly flat and level Kansas by moving 5,501 cubic miles of earth from west to east. It's the ideal Kansas. Still some details to work out about rivers, roads, etc. Watch out for the 900-foot cliff bisecting Kansas City. This is honestly the best post on the entire internet. Flat earthers are going to nut. My grandpa, who was 85, started making this ROP map of Scotland in 1992. He collected rocks during amateur geology trips over 30 years. He says it had to be geologically correct and also aesthetically pleasing. He asked if I could share it online as he wants to go viral, so please share. I'm not sure this is a geography meme, but I think it's funny. Today I learned humans are the best known throwers in the animal kingdom. Even children can reach pitching speeds of -70 per hour, while healthy adult chimpanzees, our closest living relatives, can only throw -20. Good to know I can beat every other species on Earth at dodgeball or baseball. Evolved to yeet. Geographers in the 16th century, drawing maps by hand, traveling the world by ship, going on expeditions. Geographers today. My GIS won't start. If gravity is not strong enough to stop a small stream from flowing to its lowest point, then what's stopping the oceans north of the equator from emptying into the oceans south of the equator? This is what Earth would look like if we lived on a globe. Gravity is pseudoscience, a theory that can't be proved